if you implement, I mean, Amari Cooper is going to be great in slants, and we can use Pollard in the flats. But my point is that you don't want to overwork that out, burn it out, and become one-dimensional.
Let me hit up a few comments here in the chat. We have, honestly, again, I love this, a few different opinions. So Robert Ramirez said, McCarthy developed Rodgers. I could see him doing the same with Dak. He's a great offensive-minded coach. I've said all along we need to get him an experienced coach. Dr. Brian Jenkins said, winning a Super Bowl is about war, not family. Leave them at home. Star1111 said, at least McCarthy looks like a head coach and not a water boy like Garrett.
Can't base it on looks.
Man said, I would like Harbaugh or Meyer. I'm not a fan of McCarthy.
I would love Harbaugh. I would love somebody like Mike Tomlin, right?
So Rand Arthur said, we can speculate all we want, but if we're winning Super Bowls, we do not care. We wouldn't care if the players hate each other. I just don't see us winning a Super Bowl where we have players that hate each other like that. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's always someone on the team you don't like or not to be a fan of, or maybe you really don't like them, but you learn to put that aside. But he just said, Ren Arthur mentioned an earlier comment, just the brotherhood thing hasn't really worked out so well for us, has it? It did it now, but it did in the 90s, and I hate to go back to the 90s that way, but the point is that, brotherhood cannot be artificially built. You know what I mean? Dallas can't just make it a thing because they keep saying they're super close, right?
I agree.
And some of these guys aren't generally close, and you see the brotherhood. If you're not in with them, then you're not in. That's where I think McCarthy also helped.
Wow, Ron Smith with the Anthony Brown.
By the way, Mike, come back to MCS. Just want to say,
what's up, everybody?
You get Mike McCarthy. I have a feeling
about to get this round table started. Waiting on my Cowboys family to come on over this side. But they doing their thing right now. Cowboys made some. I made a video earlier today, this morning actually, and right after that, I got the alert that Cowboys met with 2 coaches today. I was like, wow. I'm trying to wait on these guys so we can, talk about it.
Don't treat Dak like Aaron Rodgers. Treat him like Dak Prescott. That doesn't mean maybe don't show him how to do it, help him how to do it. But if you think that you're going to get in there, have
Mike
Dak
McCarthy.
like Aaron Rodgers.
I like him better than Marvin Lewis. I tell you that. What's up, everybody? Let's see who I got in here. Oh, football news. Waiting.
The reality and the way it is, coach us up, but stop ignoring the fact. I mean, that's
Big 83. What's up? Jay Sloan. What's up? Queen Chess, what's up? Robbie in the house. What's going on? Quincy Weaver, 52. Big C's. Andre Turner. TA Cowboys, what's up? Still enjoying the playoffs. I know, right? I'm just glad I ain't got to yell and scream no more. Quincy Weaver, Cowboys fan, 74. Tennessee looking pretty decent. Tennessee always gives New England a hard time. I said that earlier. They always give New England a hard time. Some teams you play, they got your number, so Tennessee just, I'm not saying they're going to win, but they're giving the Patriots a run for their money. Christopher Costa, what's up? Debo the guy, what's going on, man? Give Dak his $45 million a year and Cooper's $18 million a year. We'll see, man. We'll probably talk about that tonight. Tyrone Church, hey, appreciate it, man. Dang, you didn't have to do that. Mike Carter, the next head coach. Let's see. Offensive guru, offensive-minded type coach. He's a real coach, a leader. That was, wow. I was like, whoa, actual real coach, So let's just keep our fingers crossed on that. They still got whoever comes in, like I said earlier, still got a lot of work to do. So we'll see. Jonathan Skinner, what's up? Keep up. Hey, appreciate it, man. Avion Dickens, what's up? Hell, Buffalo's got something to build off. Yeah, I really didn't care about that game. I really didn't care who the winner was. I know I said Buffalo in the video, but my video I made earlier, but it doesn't matter. That was a good game though, back and forth. Entertaining game. Houston's they barely won that game, so they got to be careful about their next opponent. Mike McCarthy, yeah. J Rock, what's up? What's up, 19 game? Got his name. What's you should consider? Jim Caldwell, Christopher Coastal. You think about Lincoln Riley. I'm a little iffy about the college coaches. I told y'all earlier. Ronnie Thomas, what's up? Gregory Jones, what's up? Tennessee running the ball, yet the Cowboys can't seem to do the same. Offensive line. I got football news waiting. I'm about to let him in a minute. Offensive line, man. They're not what they used to be. They've aged. They're getting older. Same thing. And they just don't have that push that they used to have. So that's why Zeke wasn't able to run the ball successfully and consistently like we were back in 2014, 16, 17, hell, 18 even. So that's the offensive line is the root to a football team, especially to your offense. Offensive line controls the offense and the defense. It keeps the defense on the sideline. You're able to milk the clock with the run game. And I sound like a broken record. When you're talking about the offensive line, I'm your man because that's where a team starts. And when they're not strong, everybody keeps saying the media, oh, they got the best line in football. Not anymore. Other teams got good lines now. So shit. It didn't matter if Buffalo or Houston won, they were going to get slaughtered. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's who they got next, Debo. They got Baltimore next. K-Swag 33, what's up? Awesome Cowboy fans up. What's up, man? When you can run the ball on somebody and they can't stop that. It is. You know, I said that before, Debo. I said that before, dog, in past videos, man. When you run the ball and they can't, you can run it down their throats without them doing, and they know you run the ball and they still can't stop you. Ain't nothing you can do about it, man. Game over. Tyrone Church, hey, appreciate the super chat, man. 13. Not good for a running back. Is that how much Zeke had? I guess so. Yeah. No, you mean shit. In these days, man, you got to at least have over 1,500 yards. But when you swap it out, you know, you're coming out, get tired, you're coming out. All the swapping, you know, it's kind of hard for a running back to get 2,000, close to 2,000 yards. Zeke almost did it, you know. So, but this year just wasn't a year for it. Let me go ahead and let football news in. We can try to get this round table started. I'm waiting on my Cowboys family. I don't want to talk too much because I want to save it for the stream. Football news in the house. What's up, man?
What's up? Thanks for letting me join.
Well, how's your weekend, man? Sorry it took me so long.
Weekend's been good. It's been steady. I got whooped in Madden by fifth quarter Cowboys. But
what? Finally? What?
Finally, my head wasn't in it. I tried to play some Warfare to take my mind off the game, and I sucked in Warfare today. That's just game is not my Saturday is not a day for me to game, I guess.
I hear you, man. It's like that sometimes. It's like that, bro. Well, wild card weekend, Cowboys not in it. Thank God. Looking at the games today, it looks like Cowboys. I made a video. I don't know if you saw it this morning. I made a video. And right after that, I got the news on Cowboys interviewing two coach, Mike McCarthy and Lewis. How do you feel, man? How do you feel about wild card weekend? And here goes my Cowboys family. But how do you feel, man? How do you feel about Cowboys interviewing? I know we're going to talk about it on the stream. I don't know if you want me to go ahead and let them in first and then.
Yeah, let them in. Let's start this round table.
Okay. My Cowboys family's in the house, guys.
What's up?
What's up, everybody?
Hey, we're just sitting here chilling, listening. You know, we got a little thing going over here. Mike Cowboys family talking about little talk about the wild card game, but we don't care about that. That's the star for everything. And we're talking about this coaching situation right now. The carousel of coaches that are starting just to start up now with Garrett still officially at the Star, still officially the coach of the Dallas Cowboys, at least until January 14th.
Yeah, only Dallas starts their interviews before they have even let us know what they're doing with their current coach. But okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, so it's crazy, man. What do you guys go ahead, man? We'll definitely be talking about this, man. I want to hear what you guys' thoughts about these names, Mike McCarthy and Marvin Lewis. How does that feel for you guys there? We have our thoughts on a head coach from McCarthy and maybe a future defensive coordinator for Marvin Lewis. But I don't know. I'll throw it out there for you guys.
You know, that's a good way to look at it. I didn't look at it like that. Maybe hiring both of them and letting one do the other. Yeah, I didn't look at it like that. That's I'm glad you brought that up. But I just asked football news. Football news, how do you feel, man, about the, coaches talking to interviewing with the Cowboys and, wild card weekend or whatever?
Great question. Many ways to look at this. Many ways.
Yeah.
And, you know, the way I'm looking at it now, I'm wired a different way, as you guys know. How I'm looking at it is, hey, Steven, I'm talking as Jerry, right? Hey, Steven, let's interview some coaches, get the fans off our back. We'll sign Jason Garrett to a 5-year deal, and we'll tell the fans, you know what, we interviewed the coaches, but we think Jason Garrett is still the right guy to coach this football team. Because, like Miss Fiance just said, are the Cowboys the only team to interview for coaches while the current coach is still in the building? Tell me how that makes any sense. I don't trust the Cowboys in this process. The family ties with Jason Garrett and the Jones family is beyond this world. You know, Jerry Jones was in tears, guys, in tears, saying Jason Garrett got my back and I got his back. That was 4 weeks ago. So they got each other's backs. And with Jason Garrett being in the building, to me, I think they're blowing smoke up our asses and saying, you know what, let's interview these guys. But at the end of the day, we're still going to stick to Garrett. Because there's too many reports contradicting one another. That one guy, I don't know his damn name, he put out that tweet about Jerry and Steven are all done with Garrett and, you know, that they want to go out passionately and caring. And then Yahoo Sports turned around and says the players are telling me that Jason Garrett's talking to them like he's going to be here for the future. I mean, within 5 minutes of each other, those two tweets came out. Then everyone takes that little tweet and makes big articles about breaking news and Cowboys. Oh, yes, Jarrett's gone. But he ain't gone. He's not gone. That's mind-blowing. And I call me crazy, but I think that's what they're doing. They're going to blow smoke up our ass with these interviews. There was a report came out today that said Lincoln Riley, that there's some mutual interest in there for, you know, to get the interview done or whatever. I still don't believe the shit. I still don't. It's mind-boggling to me that he's still in the building and they're interviewing coaches. I don't trust the Cowboys. It makes no sense to me at all whatsoever. You know, I mean, what I do for a living is area manager work, right? So if I know my boss is interviewing somebody to replace me, my office done been packed. My office done been packed, bro.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Exactly. If I go to Indeed.com and they have area manager in the city that I reside in, my ass is gone. But I'm not going to be in that depot unless I put in my 2 weeks and, you know, I got another opportunity somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Garrett put in his 2 weeks. Maybe the 14th is the day. Maybe that's his 2-week notice. I don't know. I don't trust the Jones family whatsoever after this year. Just 4 weeks ago, like I said, guys, Jerry Jones was in tears. Jason Garrett got my back. I got his. Well, damn. Y'all also play with each other's buttholes or something because one of y'all don't want to let each other go. I don't get it. Go ahead, man. Take it over.
Wow. Hey, that was good. That's a good way to look at it. At this point, nobody's opinion about what's going on at Valley. I said Valley Ranch at Frisco, the Star, whatever, it isn't wrong. I mean, it's crazy, man. But we got fifth quarter Cowboys, one of the hardest working truck drivers out there, man. Woo! Hey, what you got, bro? You got time to talk, man? I appreciate you joining us, man. I really do.
Can you hear me, man? I'm driving. Can you hear me?
We got you, man. Be safe. Be careful out there, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I guess y'all talking about the coaching thing right now. So, I think that the interviews, like with Marvin Lewis and Mike McCarthy and all that, I think they're just like testing the water. You know how we do. You know, black folk, we're going to put our foot in the water first, see how cold it is before we get in. Because we ain't, you know, we don't jump in the pool. We're going to touch it with them toes first. I think
we're going to throw a rock in there and see how deep it is.
Yeah. I think they testing like to see what you guys' heads are as far as okay, let me see how he want to do. Is he all in with me still having my level of control I have? Because Mike McCarthy, he's gonna want to be. He's kind of like, I don't want to compare him to Belichick, but as far as like who's getting drafted in this round, like he's pretty much he was over that over Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a lot of pull. He had the final say so in Green Bay, man. He's a Super Bowl coach, and he just, I think Jerry Jones are really testing the water. Now, do I really believe Marvin Lewis had a chance of becoming the head coach? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think the fact that the NFL has this, if the Rooney Rule wasn't in play, Marvin Lewis would have never stepped foot at the start. That's just my belief. It is what it is. They do it because they got to do it. They're not gonna hire these guys. I think he'd be good defensively though. But I think Jerry and them are just testing the water to see what these guys are mentally as far as what they want to do as a head coach. You know what I'm saying? Because when you sit down and they ask them like, okay, what's your scope? How do you like to run a team? Well, I like to do this. I like to be in charge of this. I like to oversee this. I like to oversee that. And it ain't a lot of overseeing by the coach that goes on in Dallas. And I don't think Jerry's going to go back to that. I think Jimmy Johnson was the last that we've ever seen of that and will see of that. And I think, you got something to say, bro? And I think Jerry just want to, find somebody that's, fit what he has already been doing. Everybody that had a position or had the ability to make a call besides just being the coach and calling plays, they were gone. They weren't there long. And once Gary came in and just accepted his role of standing there with his headset and being the coach, while Jerry told him who was going to play this game. Jerry came down after every game when a loss did an interview that fast. When players had issues, they couldn't get it solved with Gary. They went to Jerry Jones. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew they overlooked him because that's how Jerry Jones treated Jason Garrett. And I just think they trying to find somebody that's a good coach, but still looks up to Jerry. And I think that's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to call it a blub. I don't want to say this. I don't want to say they like well, we interviewed people, man. We just gonna find nobody, so we're gonna keep Gary. I think they're trying to find another Gary guy, but just a better coach. So I'm hoping they find a better coach, but it's really hard when you're talking to these older guys that's older than Gary, because they're not putting up with that crap, man.
No.
These guys want to coach their team and be in charge, man. You can't tell them who plays this thing. Like, come on, man. That's not your job. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already call yourself, you're the owner and the general manager. Man, what is that, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be the pimp and the prostitute. You can't do both of them. You can't be the pimp and the prostitute.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I just think these older guys, they just not gonna put up with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that these old school guys, like McCarthy and all these guys, they not gonna put up with that, man. Like I said, I think they just testing the water to see what these guys are mental, to see how they like to do things. And I think if Jerry like, no, he talking about this and that. Like McCarthy wants to final say so over what goes on about the games on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like McCarthy will bench your ass. That's a fact.
Yeah.
If you watch Green Bay, he will put your ass on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
One of his best punt returns in Ty Montgomery fumbled the damn ball a couple years ago when it hit his hands. And this was the second quarter. He didn't play for the rest of the game. McCarthy don't play. He ain't Belichick, but he's straight.
Yeah.
So, I think Jerry is looking for, a fiery guy, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, but he still wants that guy to conform to how he runs the show. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it.
Great. Fifth quarter Cowboys. I appreciate you, man, taking time. I know you're at work and doing your thing, man. So continue to be safe out there on that road. That's a diehard fan, man. Took the time out of his day to come and say something about, the Cowboys. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't. Fifth quarter Cowboys. My Cowboys family, I know you probably already done it on y'all's channel, but over here, go ahead and, say how you feel about this situation. Everybody's making good points about this. We know how this team is. We know how Jerry Jones operates. And I think he knows that. We know that. So now, y'all state your case, man. Let me know what's going on, what you're thinking.
Yeah. First and foremost, for me, I believe that if I had to pick between, Marvin Lewis or Mike McCarthy. There's no hesitation for me on that. Now, when it comes to this kind of game being played by Jerry Jones, it might be. Listen, I've heard Brian Broaddus, whether you believe him or not, take it with a grain of salt. He said that this is not a feeler or kind of like a little kind of a fake interview kind of situation. Let's just put it that way.
The Cowboys are taking him serious.
Yeah, it's a serious situation as far as the interviews supposedly with both these guys. I personally believe that if the Cowboys are serious in going this route, Jerry Jones, for many different reasons, I think Fiance's going to touch on this, but I do think that with Stephen Jones more involved, and that's what I've been hearing as well, that he is much more involved in who is this next coach. The last time we were on a coaching search like this was back in 2007, was it? When 2006, after that season, when Parcells left, we went with Wade Phillips. We had Garrett. He just kind of took over after that. 3 years later. So my point is 2 years later. My point is that this is the first real big search we actually have to have, and I think that Jerry Jones already kind of had his mind kind of hoping in this direction with the guidance of Stephen Jones. I also think that the Marvin Lewis interview might be more of like the Rooney Rule kind of satisfying that, in the sense of I don't see him being a realistic head coach for the Dallas Cowboys. He'd be a Garrett 2.0. Yeah. I don't want him.
But that doesn't mean that the Dallas Cowboys don't have genuine interest in Lewis.
And that's the key. I believe this is more of a pre-interview almost for defensive coordinator, possibly for him coming to the Cowboys. And if the Cowboys go this route, there's still other routes to go. If they go this route, I believe you have someone like a Mike McCarthy who's won Super Bowls, with the Pack, won a Super Bowl with the Packers. You have, Marvin Lewis, who's won a Super Bowl as defensive coordinator with the Baltimore Ravens. Has had always a pretty solid defense in Cincinnati. So to me, he'd be a perfect fit as defensive coordinator if you're going to go the veteran coaching route. And at the same time, you also have an opening there for a Kellen Moore on offense who can add more creativity. Mike McCarthy's talked about he's got more into analytics now. He addressed the fact that he's a stubborn asshole and an old school kind of guy. But he's with the stubbornness and all that stuff. He don't play like DJ said. He does not play. And when you put that in the mix with the fact that he's pushing, he's got 14 guys. He's got a team of 14 coaches that are basically part of an analytical staff for him to push this into his brain, because he knows that he's not that natural kind of. He's a stubborn, old school kind of guy. But he knows enough. He's got this analytics team. And if you put him there and let him guide, unlike Jason Garrett, who could not do that, guide Kellen Moore and his creativity, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying this is Super Bowls, whatever. I'm saying that this is much better than someone like a Jason Garrett, and definitely not even close to Marvin Lewis as a head coach. So I just think that is a good first step, let's say. But maybe it's just blowing smoke up our ass. But what I've been hearing is that these are more serious interviews than maybe people might think. And I don't know, you have something on this too?
Yeah, so first I'll touch on more of the Stephen Jones thing. Like you said, the last time we looked for a coach, Stephen Jones just wasn't as involved with the team. And pretty much from the moment we did all the Des Bryant stuff, which again, I'm still not happy with the way they handled it, whatever. The point is that from the moment that we did the Des Bryant thing to now, Stephen Jones has been more involved. And I think that he is an influence. He is a factor. And we still don't necessarily know how much of a factor or where his mind really leans, because honestly, he lets Jerry pretty much do all the showboating, all the talking, all the blah, blah, blah. He shares his thoughts and stuff, but he's definitely a lot more reserved and plays his cards a little closer to the vest. But I think that we're all forgetting the biggest thing. At the end of the day, Jerry Jones is still the one in charge. But you know who Jerry Jones can't control? The Grim Reaper is after Jerry Jones, guys, okay? Unfortunately, Jerry Jones had one of his very close friends, the owner of the Texans, pass away this past year, and he straight up said, he's like, I like seeing that mortality, knowing that I have that, that it is kind of there. I mean, I can't ignore it. I'm 77 years old, and I can't ignore the fact that every day I'm closer to maybe seeing my last Super Bowl. And that hit him hard. So, and I think we ended up losing like the game right after, or not too long after. So it was like extra crappy for Jerry. And, it just really brings to focus at the end of the day, we are all human, and Jerry wants to win.
And I think he's realizing the last time we won was when he allowed the coaches to do their thing. And I think that even if it's a small step back, Jerry is slowly stepping back. He's slowly letting Stephen Jones do some things. And I think he's going to slowly just allow more things to get out of his hands, and not necessarily in a bad way, but because I think he's finally, after 20 plus years, realizing that he can't just make a Super Bowl happen, no matter how hard he tries. Like, he has to allow someone else to come in and do it if he wants to see it in his lifetime. And if he wants to be able to claim any credit for it, then now is the time. So, Jerry, you still want to claim your Super Bowl, come do it. And I think that McCarthy, to me, at least shows a little bit of seriousness on Jerry's part to at least take this seriously. It shows me they are serious about moving on from Garrett, and regardless of who they bring in, I'm happy about that.
Wow. Wow. Y'all, everybody hit some valid points. It's pretty sad when you don't know how to think and how to feel about this team and what they're doing, even in the offseason. I'm sorry, the I think season. Now that we're in the I think season, everything that happens, everybody's like hoping. So we're in the part of the I think season that now we're all hoping. This is the hoping part of the season. I hope. Bringing in those two coaches was big news. Now, if it's bait, to lure us in again, and look what the Cowboys are doing, like fifth quarter Cowboys said, and my Cowboys family and Dallas Cowboy football news, all three of them just said that the same thing pretty much. We don't know how to feel, how to think, just because of Jerry Jones. This team needs, I would hope that McCarthy could be the head coach of this team. Now, that's what kind of coach this team needs. I heard Steve Young talking today during the halftime of the other game, and they were, even though we out of the playoffs, we've lost, they're in the halftime of another team, of another game. They're still talking about the Cowboys. Isn't that something? That's how that, it's crazy. They were talking about, coaches coming in to visit and all that stuff, everything that we already know. And he said this team needs a coach. This team we got a lot of young guys, and they all answer to Jerry. We need a coach to answer to. We need a disciplinary, guys. We need somebody on this team that the players are afraid of. Afraid to make, I've been saying this over and over, afraid to make a mistake. This coach needs to come in here and make it very uncomfortable for us to lose games. Somebody that can work on fundamentals and everything, because fundamentals, that was a big thing for us this past season. Just basic tackling and wrapping up. We could have won a lot of games if we could have wrapped up and had guys in the backfield, where they belonged. But, it is what it is. But I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know whether to be happy or excited, or maybe it's just a sales pitch, like fifth quarter brought up and say, oh, well, we'll see where these guys at. And if they're not on the same page as us, we don't want them. What is it going to take? It's funny, man, because, and I brought this up in my live stream the other day. It's funny because, Jimmy Johnson won 2 Super Bowls. And I know this was 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago. But we won 2 Super Bowls with Jimmy Johnson, and he was quick to get him out the door. Really quick. Cameras, everything. Watching him actually pack up his stuff and walk out of Valley Ranch. Won 2 Super Bowls. Probably would have been 3 or 4 if he'd have stuck around, But it's so backwards. And then, Jimmy Johnson was a mastermind. The guys were afraid of him. He made it so uncomfortable. Everything that I just said, he did. And Jason Garrett, like Football News said, is still hanging around, tiptoeing like a ghost, hey, shaking hands with people and, throwing passes and all that stuff. Say, man, hey, why is what has he done for us, for the fans, for the team, for the organization, for him to be able to stick around? Everybody else is firing coaches left and right. See you, don't let the doorknob hit you where, yada, yada, yada. But this guy is still, what has he done? I don't understand. See, that's why you don't mix business. Football, unfortunately, football is a business. It is, especially in the off season. And you cannot mix business with pleasure or with family because it don't mix. It's like oil and water. It doesn't mix. When it's time to let somebody go, it's hard to do it because that's your homeboy. That's your so-called, like my son. Say, man, this is a business now. Football, when we were winning games and losing games and out there on the football field, it was fun then. Now it's business time. Now it's time to take that parent hat off. You know what I'm saying? And now it's time to get down to the nitty gritty and do what's best for the team, not you, but the team. You're not out there playing. They are. So it's time to get somebody in here that the players can look up to and not be clapping when they fumble the ball. Or clapping when they miss a tackle, or clapping when they drop a ball on third and 9 or something. We need somebody in here that's going to make it uncomfortable for them to lose games, not clapping, dog. That's what you've been neglecting your own players. You really have, because they haven't been guided right. You got these coaches in here, and if the head coach ain't got his hat screwed on right, what you think the assistant's going to be doing? They're not going to be too bright either, because they following him. You get what I'm saying? So it's just a domino effect, man, and they just got to get down to the nitty-gritty, and it just, come on, man, get this guy out of here, get somebody. If Mike McCarthy's going to be the head coach, go ahead and get him in the door. If Lewis is going to be the defense coordinator, go ahead and get him in the door, or whoever else y'all going to interview. I don't know if y'all want to talk about the college coaches or whatever, but I'm not too fond of them. That's probably another segment or whatever. But that's all I got on that situation, man. MCF, you got anything else that you want to talk about? Any other topics?
Just no. I think that's you guys probably covered most of it, if not all of it.
I guess my only final question for you guys is: do you think, because Ed Werder's, dumbass tweet basically just hinted at the fact that, like, because we were all thinking that maybe Garrett might end up staying with the front office and that he's not going to end up completely gone from the Dallas Cowboys. And he was reporting that no, he's not going to stay with the Cowboys in any way, shape, or form. I still think personally that there's a chance that Jason Garrett ends up somehow, some way in our front office, especially because of the fact that we're trying to discreetly handle this, and the fact that he's okay with just like head coaches interviewing while he's still, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like this goes both ways, and that maybe Garrett will end up staying with our front office. I guess that's my only final question to you guys, or thought. Do you guys think that that's still possible? I know DCFN had already touched on it a bit with saying that, Garrett's still going to be here after the 14th, but will it be in a front office scouting role?
Football news.
I like I said, I don't trust Jerry Jones. I don't trust the Cowboys organization with this. They held to him 9 years too long, and it's all speculation. I can hope that Garrett's gone, but at the end of the day, we won't know until Jerry has that shit smirk on his face and he's in a press conference.
Wow. Yeah, I don't. Fifth quarter. You still there, man?
Yeah. I think I was talking to Football News when I said that. I said maybe they're trying to get him a bigger position. When they was negotiating for Will McClay to stay when he was about to go to the Houston Texans, they had a couple of meetings with him the same way they're doing Garrett right now. So it could be just negotiating for Garrett. Higher position, you got more money. So hell. Kellen Moore went from quarterback to practice squad to back up to offensive coordinator. Don't be surprised if Garrett don't go from offensive coordinator to head coach to general manager. Don't be shocked. Do not be shocked. So this could be just a money negotiating thing for a higher position, man. You never know, bro. That's all I'm saying. So I can definitely see that. Like I said it a couple of days ago in Football News. So, and I wouldn't be surprised because it could just be that. Don't be surprised. He went from OC to AC. Now he might go to GM. They love him. They love keeping it in the family.
Wow.
Jason Witten's probably gonna have a coaching job. Sean Lee's probably gonna have a coaching job. That's how it goes.
Oh man.
Seriously. I mean, that's just how it goes. Hell, Miles Austin was almost the wide receiver coach a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Almost. That's how Jerry do, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he stepped down from GM and let Garrett get him. I would not be shocked. So that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's something to think about. We already got 10 guys on the staff already that either play for the Cowboys or their only coaching experience is with the Cowboys. So it's just a scary thing, man. And like I said, it makes you wonder, what kind of season we're going to have next year and the year, because whatever new coach we got, they got some cleaning up to do. They got a big job ahead of them. They like I said earlier or the other day and this morning, I said that they're getting a used car because, we still got a couple of aces in the deck with this team, but these guys are going to have Jason Garrett's bad habits. And, you look at how they clowning on the sideline when they're losing and things like that. So whoever's going to be the head coach is going to have a tough job. And it's going to take about a year or two for us to, get into a rhythm with whoever it is. So it's going to be real interesting, man. This offseason is probably going to be the weirdest one yet for us because we're pretty much starting from the drawing board. We got a lot of upcoming free agents coming up and the draft and everything and contracts and who's going to get this, who's going to get that. So, man, it's a wild one, man. But I don't know, man. That's pretty much all I got. I don't know if my Cowboys family might have had anything else, but
I'll say this, though. If the Cowboys were serious about moving on from Jason Garrett, it would have happened last week because if you bring in a new coach, and I said, fifth quarter, we're talking off the scenes about this, and I said, if you bring in a new coach, you got the Senior Bowl coming up, you got the NFL Combine, then obviously you got the draft. If a new coach comes in and they want certain personnel in here for schemes and stuff, the scouting department, they're probably looking at Jason Garrett kind of guys right now. And if that new coach comes in here, let's say in 2 weeks, it's going to fuck everything up for this new coach. And then the scouting department's going to be like, oh, yeah, we can have a shitty draft because of this. And I don't know if y'all want to touch on that.
Cowboys family.
I think that, I'm still really hopeful that the Joneses will allow whoever we bring in, like you said, it's the bigger problem is the fact that when you don't allow the release of control, the head coach will never have full say over the staff on the team. And that goes from the coaches to the players to everything. So just let the head coach or whoever they bring in make the decisions that they have to make for better or for worse. Just let them fail, let them succeed, but just let them do it. Back off Jerry. If there's one thing that I hope Jerry Jones has learned after this whole Garrett experiment, after everything we've gone through, is that, he needs to back off. I think the bigger problem with Jerry and really with the Cowboys is talent is not the issue. We've had talent. We've had talent for too long. And because Jerry is good at finding that talent or finding people to find him that talent, he thinks he is good at now executing with that talent. And I just don't think he is. I think he needs to back off and let the real professionals do their job.
And I think whether we trust in Stephen Jones or not, I think he's a key piece of this thing going towards that direction more.
I think he recognizes his role when it comes to what an owner/GM needs to do in the sense of, you still have to allow the people you hire to do their jobs. And I'm hoping
that the buffer can be Stephen Jones to whomever is the next coach. But I think Mike McCarthy, if he is the head coach, I don't think he is a guy that's going to be pushed or bullied around. I think Urban Meyer is going to be the same situation, going to be butting heads with Jerry Jones. I don't mind that. I want that to be our coach because he might be fired in 4, 5, 6 years. We also might have a Super Bowl championship. So either way, I want a tough-nosed coach who's willing to kind of work with the players he's got and evolve with them, and hopefully not have to kowtow to Jerry Jones and just kind of deal with it, but also kind of keep it with the players and move forward with them. And I do believe that we can set up ourselves kind of building, not necessarily with McCarthy. I'm just saying with the next coach in here, with Stephen Jones as that buffer, whoever that may be.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement on this. Jerry Jones just need to stop sticking his nose in them. But it's Jerry Jones. Nothing we can do about it. I know somebody in the chat said it looks like another 8-8 season coming up. So who knows? Maybe, like I say, man, this new coach, I keep saying over and over and over again, it needs to be a real coach. No need to be no puppet, but just our luck, man. Just our luck. It's going to be somebody like that. I think fifth quarter might have hit it on the nose. This might be just a decoy. Just, let's bring two guys in here and make it seem like, let Cowboy Nation know we care and make it seem like we're going after, two good coaches, yada, yada, yada. And then we get all excited. The Cowboys just interviewed two coaches, guys. Look what they did. Oh, man. Oh, we might get, and they don't hire neither one of them. And then Garrett is steady tiptoeing around the star in Frisco, still tiptoeing around there. Still nosing around. God knows what they're talking about, what they're going to do with him. He could possibly be our next GM. Who knows? He's going to be in the front office somewhere. All these guys, these former players, you guys brought up Jason Witten and Sean Lee. And this team needs a makeover. Like, seriously, this team needs to start from the drawing board. I'm just bottom line. I mean, we just need a makeover. It's been too much baggage accumulated, too much garbage accumulated throughout the years. And it's just time to get rid of a lot of it, man, and start fresh with a clean slate. And hiring these guys that used to be, have no experience, we don't have time for that. You get what I'm saying? So we need somebody that's going to come in here and get the job done and get these guys on the right path, starting with fundamentals on up, so because these guys are lacking. They've lacked all season long. Hell, they've lacked for 25 years if you want to be technical about it. So we need some fire in here, man. Some fire, some hard-nosed, old school mixed in with a little new school, innovative scheme in place, man. And that's just something that this team needs. I'm looking at the playoffs, man, and these guys are going all out. The playbook is wide open, and the coaches are just, they're on it. These games are, look, I mean, shit, it's just crazy, man. We got games tomorrow too. So, but that's all I pretty much got, man. I don't know if you guys had any questions in the chat on your end. I don't have any on my end. Let me check.
I wanted to just touch on what Football News said. I mean, he has a great point, man. You got to think about it, man. Just like players need time to get acquainted with the quarterback and stuff, coach got to get time to get acquainted with the team. Like he said, you got the draft coming up, you got the combine, you got the Senior Bowl. Whoever the coach is, he needs to be here. He needs to be here to know what he needs to look for in the Senior Bowl, in the draft. He needs to watch film. He needs to watch game tape to see, oh yeah, we need this position need to be stronger. And it's not happening because we're not bringing nobody in. It's like me telling you. It's like me throwing you a whole bunch of car parts in 1980 and saying, hey, put all these. And you're like, well, wait, what's wrong with the damn car? You just gave me a bunch of parts.
Exactly.
You should have called me when the car first fucked up.
Yeah.
But now you calling me with the whole damn engine sitting on the ground. You want me to just put new parts on it and figure and hope it work? Like, nah, that's my only problem, man. Like, and that's why I told Football News the other day. I hope he brought it up on the round table because it was a good damn point. Like, you got to bring these dudes in to get acquainted with the damn team.
Yeah.
And if you and they got to have time. This isn't no overnight thing, man. Like I say, the players, we always say, oh, Coop got to have a full year with Dak so they can know each other. Well, this is the damn coach. He's the head honcho.
Yeah.
Bring him in early,
Yeah,
So,
it already takes time for a coach to come in. Like I say, he got a heavy job ahead of him, whoever it is, and all the bad habits, all the garbage that we've seen all these years, he's got to come in and clean that up. Whoever comes in, they got to come in and clean all that up, and that's not going to happen in 1 year. It might not happen in 2. You get what I'm saying? So, like, we already got players with big time contracts that they head is between their ass. They think they shit don't stink, and they come out of the game when they feel like it and all that stuff, and they fumbling the ball and dropping passes and holding and at the wrong times, and it's just all these fundamental mistakes that they make. He's got to be able to clean that up, man. That's gonna take a while. You get what I'm saying? So practicing indoors and all that stuff. Like, what have y'all been doing? I think, like I said in my stream the other Friday, the coach, whoever comes in, the coach needs to interview Jerry Jones and say, hey, man, where are you at? Because this is what I'm about. I'm about winning. I don't know what the fuck y'all been doing for 25 years, dog. But this is what I'm gonna do with these guys, and if y'all don't like it, I can walk out the door. They need to interview the Cowboys. Cowboys don't need to interview nobody. We already know where they mind at. We've been knowing what they mind at for 25 years. They've been fucking up for 25 years, man. So them coming in, bringing coaches in and interviewing, no. Them motherfuckers need to interview you because you're the one that we don't know what the fuck what you gonna do and all this shit, man. Say, look here, dog. I'm the coach. Hey, Jerry, look here, bro. This is what I'm about. I've seen some issues with Dak, still making the same mistakes for 4 years. Zeke, the offensive line, they getting weaker and weaker every year. Guys can't stay healthy. You got these 5 championships. Is that all you want? You get what I'm saying? You got the richest brand in sports, period, all over the world. Is that all you want? You get what I'm saying? This game is about winning. You're a billionaire. You got your shit, dog. Look here, dog. Somebody, hey, you need to give back. It's time to give back. It's time to get back to the city. It's time to get back to these fans, these hardworking fans on YouTube and wherever else spending their hard-earned money, damn near their last dime on your ass. I think it's time, bro. You done sat on your fingers. You done sat on your hands long enough, man. Long enough, dog. It's time. So somebody need to come in there and interview his ass because that's what I would do. I'd have a list. I'd have a list of questions. Like, hey, man, let me ask you these questions real quick because I want to know if I want the job or not. You ain't going to dictate whether I want, whether you want me to have the job. I want to know if I want to have the job or not because this is what I'm about. I'm going to flip this around, ask you these questions. I need to know what you about, what you here for. Because what I've seen in the past 25 years, especially me being Mike McCarthy and coming in here and owning your ass, owning this team, you get what I'm saying? I need to know if y'all about winning, man, or if y'all about the glitz and the glamour, man. Because if y'all about the glitz and the glamour, I'm out of here, man. I'm ghost. See you. That's the bottom line, man. Anybody got anything else?
Nah, man. I'm good, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all.
All right, man. 5th quarter Cowboys. I appreciate it, man. Hey, you be safe out there on that road, bro.
Oh, you already know, bro. Y'all take it easy, man. 5th quarter Cowboys. Peace.
All right, bro. Football news. Anything? Any last comment or anything, bro?
Don't believe every tweet you read. Don't believe every headline you read. Believe when you see it come out of Jerry Jones' mouth in a press conference. Don't get caught in clickbait. Don't get caught in basically don't get caught in clickbait. Goddamn. And when it's official, only the best will let you know that it's official. And
yeah.
And that's all I got. Dallas Cowboy Football News on YouTube. Dallas Cowboy Football News on Facebook. Also on the Frisco Report, Podbean, Spotify, and iTunes. DCF News 1 on Twitter. And if you're man enough to talk X's and O's, slide on my DMs. Don't say that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like a hoe. Peace. Hey, I said don't do it.
Dallas Cowboy Football News. Appreciate you, man. Hey, make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't, bro. My Cowboys family, anything else y'all want to add to the what we were talking about?
No, definitely.
I'm trying to watch the game. I'm trying to watch the game and do this.
I know. Same here, man. Same here. Trust me. And actually, what I'm going to say refers to this game that just ended. Now, New England is out of the playoffs, which is they're out, done. So here's the thing, though. It does relate to this game, but I also want to say that I agree. We put out our stream, making sure we discussed the two sides of the conflicting stories. And a lot of the other guys on here in this panel also discuss it in that manner. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing that's great about this roundtable, the panel, and all you guys in the chat, both chats.
Clickbait, bullshit here.
Yeah. We know that Garrett's been fired since Monday of last week, so we've known this already. It's just a matter of the fact, officially, basically, when he said that the next 24 to 48 hours, the coaching staff is going to, who doesn't have, that have expiring contracts, start looking for a job. That he didn't say that. It also meant Jason Garrett too. So to me, it's not really big new news in that sense. It's more the fact that we're starting our coach search, and that's what's important to me, and that's why it relates to me about this game right now, because on my thumbnail, I have. Just throwing it out there because these names have been mentioned, and I know we're just speculating. But now that Jerry Jones wasn't really jumping at any kind of coaches, right? He's been kind of sitting back, and it's kind of been all of a sudden McCarthy's interviewed and Marvin Lewis. But what about now that the Patriots are out of the playoffs? Tom Brady looks like he might retire. Bill Belichick might be wanting to move on, and Josh McDaniels, when he's scared to coach on his own. Just you never know. You never know, right?
At this point, because of the way that the team is right now, everything and anything is an option. Everything from Jason Garrett getting extended for another handful of years, all the way to what you said, baby. Fire him. Bill Belichick's in.
Yes.
You know,
I don't care where Garrett goes. If he goes front office, he goes the trash, sweeper. I don't care what the hell he does. It's not a coach on our team representing that star. Represent in other ways, but not that way. And that's all. That's all I got to say about that, pretty much. Maybe I don't know if you have any last words as well.
Yeah, no. Just again, I think that this just shows coaching matters. The players have to do their jobs. They have to execute. But coaching will absolutely get you there more times than not. The teams that we saw today, the teams that you're seeing in these playoff games, all have the one thing that we don't, and that's superior coaching. I don't think that we have that much less talent than these other teams, but I do think that we get outcoached by.
Interesting though, today Tennessee outcoached Vrabel, outcoached Belichick.
He did.
So that's pretty big. Again, it might be the turning point to exit Tom Brady, exit Bill Belichick. Again, we know McDaniels is a guy that nobody wants as the head coach of the Cowboys for some reason. But as an offensive coordinator, if they kick Kellen Moore to the side with whoever comes in, and I'm just throwing out Belichick because there has always been that connection of them always kind of flirting around.
Yeah, Jerry said recently that Belichick was like the one that got away. So
Hey,
you never know. And again, right now, Jerry Jones is definitely keeping every single one of us, not just everyone here in the chat, but every single one of us on this round table with our eyes watching.
Yeah,
every
what's
single
going on.
waiting to hear what happens.
Over Wild Card Weekend is exactly what he wanted on that front page, and he succeeded again. Jerry Jones, give him the Derek clap.
Exactly. So the devil works hard, but Jerry Jones works harder. And with that said, make sure to go hit like and subscribe to these great guys on the panel. Much love to Pick Craig Cowboys. Hopefully he's having a safe day at work today. 1980 here, Dallas Cowboy Football News. But we are My Cowboys Family. You can find us YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Come check us out. We're live every day. Game day live streams, blah, blah, blah. But guys, you know why we're here. Repping the star.
Why? Go Cowboys, baby, no matter what. Peace.
My Cowboys family, appreciate y'all coming and stopping by, man. I know y'all were doing your thing on your live stream, but I appreciate y'all taking the time to get this round table going. But guys, not too much to talk about now that we're sitting at home in our couches, so it's cool. You know what I mean? Live, the round tables aren't going to be that long. We're just going to hit boom, 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 and get out. Let y'all get on with y'all's weekends. But wow, what Jerry Jones does for publicity. The salesman never dies. He just keeps going and going. Like evil always thinking. That's what my mom used to say back in the day. Evil is always thinking. Evil is always lurking. Evil is always trying to find a way to bring down the positive. Always remember that. And it seems like that's the way Jerry Jones is. Salesman. You can't even walk through the mall no more without somebody pulling you to the side and say, hey, man, try this cologne or try this new iPad or try this so-and-so. And you're like, man, I'm just chilling, man. I'm just, that's what Jerry Jones is. He just want to sell you. You see during the halftime of another game in the playoffs, in the wild card playoffs, guys, we're not even in it anymore. But he's still, they're still talking about the Cowboys, what the Cowboys going to do, because we're America's team. Everybody wants to know what Jason Garrett might be gone. We don't know if he's gone yet. The Dallas Cowboy Football News made a valid point. Fifth quarter made a valid point. My Cowboys family making valid points. I mean, we don't know. Fake news. We don't know if it was fake news or what. You get what I'm saying? So that's what Jerry wants, So I just hope that him bringing those two coaches, I just hope that wasn't a way for him to get the media and the country talking about him again, because this team needs a coach like that. We think, Cowboy fans, we think that he's perfect for the position. He's got a Super Bowl ring with the Green Bay Packers. He's a well-minded offensive coach and defensive coach as well, mostly offensive. And I think he'll get these guys right. All these rough edges we got with Dak and Zeke and all these Mari Cooper quitting and all this stuff. I think he'll bring a different type of ball game to this organization that we've been missing for 25 years, guys. 25 years. That's too long. How do you have the number one brand in sports? And you got 5 Super Bowl rings, and in 25 years, you haven't won a championship. You haven't added to those 5. How do you do that? It's impossible almost.
Not even an NFC championship.
Thanks for football news. Not even an NFC championship. Not even a sighting. Didn't even step on the damn grass of the NFC champion. Just nothing. Just how do you do that? How do you do that? It's time to. You've made your point. You've made your point. You've made your point being a billionaire. The hard work you put into this organization. You've made your point with the brand. We get it. We get it. Trust me, we do. You've made your point. Now it's time to be like, hey, man, all right, let's go ahead and give something back to the fans. Because we've been, for me, 40 years, probably some longer, we've been putting our heart and soul into this organization, taking time out of our Saturdays, weekdays. My Cowboys family, they go live every night. Every night. They're probably going to continue to go live. Even when we get off here, they're going to continue to go live and talk with y'all. Give something back. Get some real talent in here. I mean, we got some talent here and there, but get a coach. Get the right parent. Like I always say, use analogy. Get the right parent to raise these kids and put them off send them off on a positive note. Get them in line. You're not a coach. You're an owner. Just sign the checks, man. Let the guys that went to school, have experience, Super Bowl experience. Let them come in and run the show and get these guys what they deserve. These guys out here practicing, putting their bodies on the line in games and stuff, and getting injuries and shit and back injuries. Look at Tyron Smith. He can't stay healthy. Look at Sean Lee. He can't stay healthy. These guys are doing this for you, for the team, for the brand. Why don't you just step aside and say, hey, man, you know what? I'm sorry, bro. I admit, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I do, but I love this team so much. I just can't keep my hands out the cookie jar. Just step back, man. It's cool. You still gonna get your credit because you're the owner. You get what I'm saying? When you making the right decision, it's gonna give you enough credit and bringing somebody in. So, guys, think about that. Take that with you, man. If you haven't subscribed to Fifth Quarter, my Cowboys family, Dallas Cowboy Football News, pretty sure you already have, but do it. Hit the like button on both channels, and continue to show love, man. We're gonna continue to make videos and live streams and do these roundtables to keep our season alive, because you just never know what the day is gonna bring you with the Dallas Cowboys. So make sure you stay cowboyed up and prayed up, because you never know what the day is gonna bring you. Holla back. We out.